really, if somebody asks me, what's so special? You already knew that TR90 works, okay? Why did you bring out TRME? One of the reasons is actually more of a practical reason, and that is, we are a global company, right? You guys are okay, even with TR90. But we have a market called the United States, and in the United States, those people living there are very impatient and they have a very short attention span, okay? And they like what we call instant gratification. They did not show enough patience to be able to get all the benefits from TR90. They were just too impatient, they can't stand. All they wanted to do was to throw the products over the fence and expect it to work, which has been their sort of mode of operation with most of the other products. Unfortunately, with the weight management program or system, you can't do that. But they still tried it and said, oh, it doesn't work, no interest. They went off, okay? So, realizing that, and to help those poor Americans, yeah, to lose more weight, and they have a lot of weight to lose too. So, all right? So we say we got to figure out a way to get a system together that in a way you can personalize, but most importantly, you can get a quick hit result. Something that can work within 2 weeks to keep their attention. Okay? So that's one of the major reasons, and TRME seems to be achieving that. You can get a quick, not a big weight loss, but enough for them to get on the scale and see, oh, I'm losing half a kilo. Not too bad. Let me continue using it. So that's the honest sort of truth behind TRME. It has a quick onset of action, but overall, that 90 days that we have been teaching is actually still required to really maximize the benefit of TRME. All right? So TRME is not something that you use and you throw away. Somebody asked me this afternoon, it was this afternoon, can I use TRME more than once? Yeah, literally, TRME, if you look at it, all right, it's not just about a product, it's about a system. It's about a lifestyle. And that's a lifestyle that you need to continue forever to maintain that healthy benefit of weight loss. Okay? So remember, we never call our systems weight loss system. We always call it weight management system because each and every one of you is slightly different. Some people might lose 2 kilos and they're more than happy. Some people wish to lose about 10 kilos. Fine. No problem. It can be personalized to deliver that kind of result. It's very flexible. Yeah? So that's what really TRME is all about. And it's holistic. Yeah? With all these things. We never say our products are the only thing you need to focus on. You need to focus on your eating habits. You know, we realize, especially here in this particular region, your diet is very carbohydrate centric, right? And all the carbohydrates that you eat are very processed. Oliver tells me he's a baker. Did you know Oliver is a baker? How do you know? Yeah, right. But he tells me he's so good that even bread companies consult with him.
Yes.
Right? Really? Whoa, you know something.
Yes.
So he has been telling me, bread, you got to be a bit careful, right? But rice is actually more processed than bread. So because white rice is all carbohydrates when you eat it, yeah, it immediately gets converted to sugar in your blood, and if you can't use all that sugar becomes fat. That's what happened. Very simple, right? So anyway, but here is an eating plan that we want to make sure that you understand what you're going to do. You know, exercise. Now, if you're Ichiro, you don't have to worry. That guy, he's crazy. I mean, he runs every day, don't you, Ichiro? Almost, right? So look at him.
Gốm Vinco.
So here's the system. It's science-based, and we provide, the trim shake and all the other supplements, and many of them can be. It's a drink that you drink rather than a pill, so that's good. But they're all science-based. TRME is simple. We've made it simple, it's meant, and more flexible, especially with this particular product, Jumpstart. This is the one product that perhaps, help to get that quick onset of action, and I think we have achieved our success, because in America, that's what they always do. They call TRME almost Jumpstart system. It's working out, because even that small, quick result seems to keep many of them on the program, and they will go for 90 days based on that simple weight loss. My age, same thing, all the benefits. Here's one thing, it's a leaf extract, the mulberry leaf. Here is for me to remind me not to tell you everything about my age, but really also to once again illustrate one of the principles. Because sometimes you also will ask me the question, because you guys are very nosy, and you go and look at what's your shopping, I don't know, that thing like it's equivalent to Amazon, Lazada or whatever. Huh? Shopping, or you are shopping? Yeah, and you go cheap and you find a product, you say, Joe, I have this product. It also has guacamole, it's already a mulberry leaf, and it's 10 times less expensive than you, New Skin guy, right? So what's the difference? I go use that product. Well, yeah, but the thing is, although it says the same thing, those ingredients, they have no clue how to standardize it, and they have no clue what the active ingredient is. Okay? In fact, all they do, I suspect, to be able to achieve, it's impossible. I mean, this is the price. There's a Cantonese saying, right? 一分钱一分货. It really illustrates that, right? So the thing is, they just take that mulberry leaf, most likely grind it up into a powder, and shove it into a capsule. No idea. Maybe it works, maybe it won't. But, however, they can get some people to buy it, and it's hard. Ours, the reason why we do the science, and sometimes I know it's hard to convince all of you, but that's who we are, and that's what we do, and that's where we set the price. It's not because we want to gouge you, if you will, right? But it's really that's the price of the research that we do, and how we actually make a consistent product. So that's my age. CSL is another capsule. And this is a saffron, this is a saffron product. Does everybody know where saffron comes from? Okay, where would you find saffron in your everyday food? You don't even know what the hell you are eating, some of you. Okay, all right. So you know that yellow saffron rice, the yellow rice that you go with curry, and many of the Indian-related dishes have that. It's colored by saffron. Oh, okay. Now you know. So, all right. So make sure saffron infused is a traditional food ingredient. All right. So the reason why it's so expensive is because some poor Iranian, it comes from Iran, is sitting in a field of flowers, and they have to get all the little powder off that stamen. We call it a stamen. It's a stalk that sticks out of the flower, and they get very little from each flower. Okay? She's sitting there, most likely squatting there, just picking all that powder off that stamen. And in order to get enough, they're going to have thousands of these women doing that, and that's why it's labor intensive. But it's good, because one of the things that we want with TRME is not to control your stomach directly, because your stomach is actually controlled by your brain. All right? So if I can control your brain in terms of making it less stressful and improving your mood a little bit, you won't snack as much. Right? And all the snacks that I see, are all carbohydrate snacks. Yeah. Oliver remind me that in Singapore they have this biscuit called Kong Guan. I think here in Malaysia you got hap sing, right? Yeah. And that biscuit that you sit there and you watch all your Korean TV drama and you start eating that, you will forget how many you've ate. That's the danger and the risk with snacking, right? This product hopefully will help to eliminate or at least diminish that need to snack. So here's another one, and that is really for the sugar one, for combining all these three blends together, so that you can again, sugar out. I already mentioned to you is the most important element that gets converted into fat, so we can control it with MC complex. Okay, so now we've said this with TR90. I guess I can repeat it here. I want you to lose fat. I don't want you to lose muscle. Okay? So this trim shake is just as important because it has protein. So take that, because there's only one way to get muscle, and that is to take enough protein. You cannot make muscle out of thin air. You've got to have the material, and the only material that can make muscle is protein. Alright? So, losing the fat, maintaining, or at least maybe increasing a little bit of your lean muscle, you're going to look good. Because you're going to maintain your shape. But for the women, when you're going through menopausal or whatever phase, you will lose some bone. Yeah? And Asian women particularly, it's important that we have to help you protect that bone loss. Because 10% of bone loss, for example, in an Asian woman is far more impactful and devastating than 10% in a white woman. Because you have a smaller frame. Okay? So 10% of 100 is far greater impact than 10% out of 1,000, right? Simple math. So in order to do that, because you will lose some bone, is that if you can actually improve your muscle will absorb the shock in case you fall or whatever, right? So that has a sort of what I call a secondary benefit. So that's really the truth. And eating, it's quite simple, really. I mean, this hasn't changed a whole lot from the TR90 eating plan. So I'll make it even simpler for you. Just think rainbow colors. Every time you eat, right, just think, I need to eat a colored food ingredient. And then invariably, you will reduce your carbohydrate intake and move over to something more and more based on really good micronutrients. Right. Protein and exercise, yeah, you can do. Yeah, that one you go ask Ichiro. He knows everything about exercise. He's really good at that. So. And the one that we've introduced recently is the mobile app, right? And this is the one on your iPhone that you can actually monitor your progress. And this is almost something that I think is motivating if you can see what you're doing and whether you're actually improving or gaining or losing weight and so on. So this is a program that I've introduced. So it's very simple, the TRME system, right? The capsules are not as many. You can personalize your TRME to your preference more than anything else. It's not a fixed regimen. And most importantly though, what I find, and here, especially with new people and so on, is the fact that TRME has to involve you. In other words, what it means is that you need to touch your customer. Right? Not physically, but yeah, not allowed. Don't touch. Don't touch. Some people don't like to be touched. So anyway, what I mean is you've got to be able to coach. That's important. Yeah? So, because weight management, like I've mentioned to you, is all about the brain. So in other words, it's very difficult to control the brain if you don't have some coaching.
Yeah. True.
Why do you think? Why do you think? I mean, look at professional athletes, right? Why do every one of them have a coach? Because they need the support. They're already good enough physically, right? They're highly skilled, and yet they need a coach because that coach provides that kind of support. And similar for weight management, that's why it's so powerful in our direct selling channel is because all of you can be coaching and you can continue to keep in touch with the user. So, and it's something that person is interested in. So every time you talk or communicate with that person will listen because that person is already motivated for that one. Yeah. And on the business side, I will just mention, sometimes on the business side, many of you want to build your organization and you're going to try and recruit. Some people will not like to listen to a business opportunity spiel all the time. You know, they're not ready yet. So why push it? Right? But you still need to keep in touch with that person just in case in the future that it provides a time and a place for you to talk about the business opportunity. But for now, this is something that person will listen because it will benefit. And then with that benefit, it opens the door much wider for you to have a much broader conversation. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so that's what you have. So we have integrated all these products together. I'll talk a little bit about the body spa, or what we call the wellness. Is it what we call the wellness spa here, right? I'm so confused. The US decided to call it Renew Spa. Same thing. Yeah, because it's the same device. All right. I just put a different post-it on the US one. I get that question again also. Oh, the US one, is that better than the Southeast Asia World Spa? No, it sucks. It's the same thing. Yeah. Anyway, so World Spa is a good one because here, as you lose weight, your skin is going to look a little bit more wrinkled because you don't have the fat pushing and extending the skin to make it look smooth anymore.
Yeah.
So this World Spa, when you use it together, it will actually smooth that out and the skin. Now you're beginning to see beauty from the inside, beauty from the outside. Which company can offer that?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So we got that. Yeah. And this one, right? This is just really good. Rejuvenate. This is up to this point. Many of our devices, Galvanic Spa, Lumi Spa, all the women look pretty because of that, right? But this Well Spa is actually for the guys as well, right? When Ichiro finished doing all his exercises, he should be rubbing. Well, not rubbing, I shouldn't be able to he should be using, massaging with the Well Spa. Huh? You get relaxed. Because he has to come down from his intense activity down and cool down. This Well Spa will help that cooling process. Okay? And not all. If he's going to exercise, he needs to warm up the muscle, or he's going to get a sprain, or he's going to get some spasms or whatever. He can warm up the muscle. The Well Spa can help to warm him up too. Okay? So it's a very useful tool, not just for the women, for you guys to look good and remove all your wrinkles. And you know what cellulite is? Did I hear a guy says he knows what cellulite is? Yeah, women, you know, those things on the butt. So this is actually, when we developed this, it's actually for the cellulite, and that's good too, to smooth it out. So, because cellulite is actually related to having undulating or sort of up and down fat below the skin, in case you want to know what cellulite is. So restore, I already mentioned, you know, if you can restore your body very quickly. And was he on the video just now, Mr. Koo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the badminton player, isn't he?
Yeah.
I look at this picture when they show it to me. Why does he have a funny haircut before? And then he has a great haircut after. I did not know TRME can do that. I did not know that. Yeah, Mr. Koo is really, wow, he's getting a benefit that is almost close to miraculous. So anyway, he lost 9 kg on it, and you can see, we are tracking him. We're tracking him. I think he won the doubles, right? Something, yeah, badminton, yeah. So we're tracking him now on the TRME program, just to make sure that, he's following the program, and I think he's already hit 9 kilos. I think he can lose a few more kilos coming up, over the next few months and so on. So that's great. And
yeah.
So do you know what this is? So this is what is part of our new skin renewal system. Really. So it's under the brand True Face. We have True Face Essence, right? So this is part and parcel of the new one. So and it's really based on this particular one, and it's on the retinol. And lots of you seem to know what retinol is, and there are lots of retinol products available out in the marketplace. But the challenge is, all those retinol products actually cause irritation, redness on your face when you first use it for 2 weeks. All right. In fact, for some people, the irritation is so bad. We did before it gets better. The retinol irritation is so bad, even your husband will refuse to look at you. Right, it's really red and it's really irritating. So we thought, and our scientists actually worked very hard at this and came up with a retinol product that has very little irritation. So this, and yet it's still the same effective. All right? So, and here is really all the benefits. I won't go through all the benefits, but once again, it illustrates the approach and the philosophy in Nu Skin. All of the good, none of the bad. No irritation, but still have all the retinol benefits. So, and we managed to achieve that. And in addition, if I'm not wrong, right? So all the things that we get, but what is more important, we have the clinicals to actually prove it, and all done. Typically, we do our clinical studies to make sure what we say and what we think with this particular retinol product, we can actually achieve it. And this clinical study actually show that. So here, yeah. Before and after 2 weeks, right? It's pretty clear. It looks better. Here's another one. This is a fascinating picture. I didn't choose these pictures, right? I'm showing them just as they are come out from the clinical study. You notice this lady has a lot of freckles. Freckles are rather fascinating phenomenon. In the Western world, freckles are considered to be really pretty. Yeah? Yeah. But all the Asians over here, they think if you have freckles, your mother would have killed you. Right? It's not considered as a beauty thing. It's very interesting. It's a direct opposite. So you much rather go for fair complexion. You see, yeah? Yeah. That's why you walk around with umbrella when there's no rain, right? Yeah. All the women walk here with umbrella. When the sun is full up, you never see a white woman with an umbrella. They'll take off all their clothes. I'm not telling you anything you don't realize, just highlighting the differences. So that's why we have. But nonetheless, even for this lady, it brings a more brightness or radiance after using the retinol product. So, and this is the part of the system and so on, importantly. Now, on the retinol, I might not have that slide, but there's another ingredient in there that is called what we call an AI peptide. And AI stands for artificial intelligence. This is the first time that we have identified this peptide through artificial intelligence technology. Okay, and it so happened, we asked the questions and so on
Invest the
in the
peptide.
algorithm, and this AI peptide actually enhances the benefits of the retinol, which, you know, is rather interesting. And this is another complement product with the current TFEU. Oh, let me ask you a question on TFEU. How many of you have used TFEU? Quite a few of you, right? Do you do this? You know, it comes in a pill, right? Yeah. So when you open it and you squeeze it and you use it on your face, sometimes you think there's still a little bit left. Right? And you still want to get that little bit out.
Yeah.
Is that right? I
Yes.
don't know how. You somehow maybe with the, what do you call that, Q-tip or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are so frugal. You want to get every single drop, out. So those pills. I find it fascinating. We never planned on you being so careful with using the squeezing everything out, but it's interesting. So, and when you combine the two together, they actually synergize, and they actually, for all the benefits I showed you, it's they work together very well. 1 + 1 actually not equals 2, but typically it turns out to be at least 2.5 to 3. All right. So there you go. That's your complex coming out in November, and. So Oliver, I didn't talk about this in Singapore, right? So you just told me. Singaporeans are getting jealous. I should have, my fault more than anything else. So, but I think they're launching later. But nonetheless, here in Malaysia, you're going to get it in November. All right. So you got the retinol skin renewal system. What's next? Let's talk about this one. Talking about you guys are one of the nosiest group. All right, am I clicking? It will play the video. There you go. No sound, huh? This time it's a silent movie, isn't it? I thought we had sound, but never mind. No sound. Is it not listening to me? But anyway, this is just to show you there's some voiceover or some music. But nonetheless, it's just an introductory video for this new category we are introducing. And
what?
all right, this thing doesn't work. Hello? Hey, boleh nggak? I need to go next slide. It doesn't work. Eh, tak boleh ya.
Oh, 好漂亮哦！哎呀，哎呀，哎呀，哎呀，哇，看一点点罢了。
Don't be surprised tomorrow if you don't have a job. Don't blame me on that. Let's go. There you go. Okay, so just to give you a little bit so that you can boast to your friends when you go to parties and say, you know those new skin people, they can't even spell English, MYMD, it's not, mine is not spelled that way, okay? So, you know how mine is spelled, right? You do? How do you spell mind? Okay, the reason why we spell this way is because it's an acronym.
那个 new
You know what an acronym is? The short form? So it stands for My New Day. Wow. It makes sense. Okay, so now it's got a number there, 360, because our scientists once again have come out with this new concept that mental well-being is not a straight line, that one thing will go like that. It's always a circular phenomenon. Okay? And this is what happened. When you went to bed last night,
或情绪
you couldn't go to sleep. You wake up in the morning with not a lot of sleep. You feel groggy. You don't feel good. You went to work. No, before you went to work, you got into your car and looking at your KL traffic, you're going to get a lot of stress. Your stress level goes up, sitting there. All right? Get to the office and your boss says, or whoever, manager, have you finished your work? What work? You know the work, you were supposed to finish your project. Well, you haven't finished it because you forgot. Oh, memory not so good. Manager not happy, right? He's going to scold you. The stress levels go up a little bit. And you try to focus for the rest of the day. It's not so good. Cannot. Cannot lie. I think that's what it is. Anyway, so you cannot, you go home. All right?
他有讲过
And you see your wife, you don't even speak to your wife because you're not happy, and you try to go to sleep, you can't sleep. You see how the circle, and your stress level, it keep on ratcheting up
已经是有了
almost every week or every day. So what we're trying to do with Mind 360 is to have four products that can help you to break that cycle, what we call the vicious cycle, anywhere that you like. Once you break that, your mental well-being is going to be really, at a different level. Why now we are playing the video game?
会 send 给你会 send 给你
All right. We need to have a serious talk after that. So, mental well-being is number one. Everybody has something
mental.
that they think they can do better with their mental well-being. And really, when we look at the survey that we have conducted, it's more than 80% of people will say, yeah, I would like to take a supplement. But the most important thing is the fact that these four things, sleep, calm, focus, and memory, there's another aspect which is fascinating to me. And that is the first thing that many of these people whom we ask about their mental well-being, they say, if you're going to develop a product, make sure it is safe. We have never heard it from any other category. This category, it seems like safety is uppermost in their minds. And safety has been part of the success process forever. But we take it for granted. You guys find it boring. All you guys want is something to be effective. But yet the survey shows for this category, safety, and I can assure you, we have thoroughly tested our products to make sure that it's safe. We have always said that our products are safe and effective. So, but these are the four categories that we have. So these are the four kind of products that we have. The one for stress, one for focus, one for memory, and then one for sleep. Okay. Now, the packaging is also, we're on another track, and that is they're sustainable, it's recyclable. This is the first, we're taking our products in a direction where our packaging is more recyclable and more sustainable. So that's really what we have done with this Mind 360. So I hope you enjoy it. I think many people have already sort of gotten some really significant benefits out of it. Yeah. So especially on the sleep side. Yeah, somehow, if you can sleep better. And this is, notice I always use the word sleep better. I didn't say sleep longer. Sometimes you can sleep long and yet you don't feel so good. Don't you ever have that experience? So it's really about the quality of sleep that we're trying to achieve with this particular product.
真的。
Right? So when you have a better quality of service, everything follows after that and so on. So that's what we mean. It's always been our sort of ethos or principle and philosophy in Nu Skin. We always say live better longer. We never say live longer. It's always about the quality of life. Correct? What's the point of living up to 150 if you're an invalid and you cannot get out of your bed, or you sort of spend that life in a wheelchair? Isn't it better to have much better quality of life if you live up to 90 or 100 and you just close your eyes and die? So I think I mentioned this to some of the new people. I'd like to say, you know, hopefully our products will help you to die healthy. Think about it. If anything else, at the end of this evening, when you go back, think about what I say. Why do I say to help you die healthy? What has that got to do with quality of life? Because those two words, die and healthy, are never used in the same sentence together. So when you do that, what I mean, I might as well give you the reason why it's is because then one day when you do actually pass away and people come to your funeral and they look at your body and that person will say, I want to look like him. Right? Then you have achieved your goal. You know? Yeah. So that's what I mean. Really, seriously, it's really something for you to think about. But nonetheless, this Mind 360 is also something to help you. So hopefully I'll give you a short presentation of this. I think Shelley Hester, the other scientist, about a couple of months ago, came over here and talked to you about TRME and all. So she actually also put this program together, and I think you're going to have more technical details. So I think that's my last slide, isn't it? Yeah. So hopefully I've covered a lot of ground in a very short period, and but hopefully you have an understanding what's present, what's going to come out very shortly, and what's going to come out to make your brain. So, and my final thought is, even with Mind 360, right? I've told you about improving your memory, your focus, your sleep, and your stress. There's one thing I cannot do. If you're stupid, I cannot make you clever. You will remain stupid. Our scientists are not good enough yet to be able to deal with stupidity. You know. Anyway, other than that, I hope you enjoy Mind 360 when it comes here. And thank you for listening.
Love that so much. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Joe. That's a lot of